Alrighty, hello everybody. Good news, well, you know what, I'm not gonna jinx it. Anyways, hi, I'm Palidore. That is some good news, I think, usually. Back on the stream with you guys here today, and we've got Zen versus Cerberus up right now, following our match just moments ago. Now, prediction polls, I almost forgot, but now I'll get it up for you here with 5 minutes or so. Let's see. So Zen over on orange, and we got Cerberus on blue. All right, so 5 minutes on those channel point prediction polls if you want. Go. There you go. All right. So, yeah, Cerberus and Zen. Zen coming in with a record of 5-1. Strong start to their season. And oh, look at this. Cerberus 5-0. Stronger start to their season. Two teams not quite used to losing here in the Diamond Division. And no surprise given the rosters. So, here we go. Round one about to begin. Thanks all for joining here on this lovely day, Wednesday. First joust will be taken eventually by Lulz, who gets stunned. Now, taken back by Cerberus for the moment, so they're going to have some offense now underway. They reset out to the bow tie to Jake. And Jake will invert momentarily uncontested, and we'll just have some room to work it up the floor and open up some passing angles as a nice one threaded and made. Found the needle in that haystack. It's Orthra, the first couple of points off the really short range pass from Jake, but nice pass, nice catch all the same. Welcome back to all the viewers there. Back here in week 4 of season 6. What's up to Deb South? Welcome back. Good to see you. Jay Franzel with a disc. Has that reset, and they'll opt for it indeed to isolate. Isolate now the concentrate on the pass as Jay Franzel gets it to Lulz. Lulz back to Heck. And oh, the quick goalie kept him in check. Beautiful pass work, but even better defensive work as the clamps were put on. Now, they need to get their stacks going. That 3-man chain boosting down the floor. There's Jake, and there's a 2. Wow, what wonderful execution defensively and then offensively to capitalize on the save, and then the stack for the goal. Otherwise, that was about to be a highlight and a half for Zen on that passing play. Just tremendously executed across the bottom, top, and then back there of the bubble. Hitting with great precision, but just the goalkeeping undid all of that. Super impressive. Short range pass for Jay Franzel as Heck gets stunned. Midfield defense, fairly aggressive here. As you see Vizu aggro on Heck. Now forcing kind of a tough pass, which ultimately causes a turnover, going for that bounce shot off the backboard and into Heck's arms. Now rebounded once more midfield. Orthra, the disc, has that cut to Fields, and Fields, great deal on the shot. Bottom of the pocket, off of the bounce. It's 3 goals in a row now for Cerberus. Zen still looking for that first offensive execution. To isolate, rolls out to Heck. The defense there lagging behind, just opting to stay on the blue side of the floor for the most part. Isolate though. Well-placed pass to Lulz, and Lulz had nowhere to go, so tried to get a double KO there with Visu. Lulz coming out of the stun though with a nice leech, but got a leapt and left in the dust. Now Jake windmilling it right through the middle. 8 points for Cerberus already here. And for Zen, still looking for that first goal. Maybe even a point where you might consider an early timeout, perhaps. Their execution has been, on the whole, pretty fine, but just the defense for Cerberus has been a little bit tougher here. So again, it's not like that Zen are missing passes. They're not a team that you expect to miss passes all too much. I mean, it's kind of in their name. They're Zen, they're calm, they're cool, they're collected. This team, high chemistry. But there's that defense again, just dislodging, even if only for a moment. They're just making every single offensive push all the more tough and all the more just difficult to kind of calmly make their way up the floor. And there it goes again. Wow, Cerberus is really clamping down. So putting a cork on yet another offensive play, and the big thing too is not only are they great on the defensive end for Cerberus, they've also been doing a pretty good job of getting back to the front line with those stacks. They had the shot, they got the rebound. A 10-point lead for Cerberus now, courtesy of Fields off of Orthrua's assist, we'll call it, of sorts. So mega impressive start now for Cerberus, 10 uncontested points. This team once more undefeated thus far this season. Now their last win here for Cerberus coming 42-35 over Blink. So Lulz with a pass down to Jay Franzel. Of course, welcome back to Lulz, who had missed some initial weeks of the season, I think, in Europe. So not sure exactly when Lulz got back in, but I know it was very recently. So that also on that note could be a factor here, as Jay Franzel gets a nice stun, shielding and stunning Fields. Meanwhile, Lulz seeing if they can get themselves on the board. No, still we'll be scoreless for how long? A while longer, it would seem. But yeah, could be one of those factors as well. Not sure how much Lulz has been able to really play or scrim or otherwise, as a shot goes in right through the eyes of the defense. Orthrua, the three-pointer. 13 points, Cerberus. Oski there impressed with Cerberus thus far. Indeed, they are showing up, showing out with some really good defense. Again, there it is. They stacked right to the receiver, and they sent that clear down midfield. But more than anything, as much as anything, those stacks, basically whoever is causing a turnover as a shot goes out, and no, saved by Jake. Every time we're seeing these turnovers go, we're seeing the blue stacks for Cerberus also get underway in a hurry. That's one of the key parts here of their success thus far. It's one thing to defend really well, but to be able to get back into the goal on the other side of the floor and capture it before the defense could even address, that is key. That is crucial. And Cerberus, they seemingly have every key that they need towards winning this match so far, this first round. Because they are lockdown defense, and then they are hustling down the floor for the shots. So Isolate attempting this rollout to Heck. But another turnover caused now. I think at this point, just having such a tough time dealing with the speed of Cerberus. The speed plus aggression equals dominance in the first round. Orthrua bouncing it over, just missing Fields. Fields will still have the reach on the disc. Quick show and go, and nearly read by Lulz, but Orthrua capturing that disc will secure it. Lulz! Great steal. Able to read the offensive push. Now, meanwhile, this could result in maybe the shot that they needed, and it was the shot they needed, just the goal they didn't get. Franzel with the handles, and again, another ding. We've seen maybe 3 of those so far, if not 4, coming in for Zen, unfortunately. Just nothing seeming to go. A goal about as wide as a pinpoint, as pinpoint accuracy is shown for Cerberus on the other side. Orthrua gets the 3. Now 18 points on the board, just like that. Wow, what a turn of events here. Not sure that people expected this to start things off. Because both these teams definitely belonging here in Diamond with their strong records. 5-0 and 4-1 for Cerberus and Zen respectively. But I think just one of those cases where they got blitzed so hard out of the gate for Zen that they were never really able to gather their bearings. So really just playing for the second round at this point is Zen, playing for the second round momentum, that is. Meanwhile, Cerberus, they're playing for this last minute and a half mercy, perhaps. Which again, I think completely counter to the expectations. But nonetheless, you know, when you have defense like we've seen here, and just those speedy stacks, it's resulted in that really high scoring output. As Fields, they're going to continue and indeed go on a fiesta for the end, sending Zen into a siesta inside the spawn area for the next minute or two. A Mercy win for Cerb to start things out. Wow. So off to the score screen there, you might hear, might have heard the horn in the background, signaling a perhaps extended timeout here that will be taken by Zen, and indeed much needed. Even earlier on too in the round, when they got down 6-0 or so, 6-0, 8-0 could have been a good time because that was still very early in the round. So even though the Mercy did occur, it wasn't until the last minute or so that it happened. So there were definitely points early on in the match where could have maybe stopped some of that Cerberus momentum, because we saw Zen on their first offensive play, or their first or second offensive play, they executed really well in terms of the passing. Right, they had some phenomenal pass work strung along from corner to corner to front to backboard, but they were just denied at the last second by some great stuns and some great goalkeeping. And I think that just kind of got them all out of sorts, because in the majority of situations, they were expecting, like, yeah, we're going to score in situations like that where we execute the passes and we get it within a few feet of the goal. But because they were undone right from the get-go as the round started, I think that just really discombobulated the whole team plan, the whole chemistry, or not the chemistry so much as the flow, the offensive flow. And they never really got it back after those initial defensive stops. Cerberus just kept on going. So, super impressive. Also in the chat, seeing Agent Victoria stopping by. Tio Mag, or Mago, one of the two. Once again, welcome back to the Twitch. Good to see you guys. Milky Boy and Jazz Dash. Hello, hello. So timeout continuing here as they take an extended intermission between the rounds. Meanwhile, let me get a look at these stat lines for you. I mean, it's pretty much as I was saying, just stellar defense turning into offense. Not too much in the way to point out on Zen because they were scoreless and they were not able to stop Cerberus too much either defensively. Now Cerberus, everyone got on the board, nice to see. Everyone has an assist, nice to see. They got those 2 saves. I feel like there are at least 1 or 2 maybe missing. Of course, they may be counted as steals, just the same. But either or, really, really impressive defense, not only in the bubble, but also in the midfield from Cerberus. They were stacking and double stacking at times, but they were really aggressing in the midfield to cause disruption. But then when they retreated into the bubble, they were also splitting off into their one-on-one assignments very effectively, and they were covering the receivers as they got the disc. They were saving those head-on goals. I mean, pretty much everything that you could want, they served. Or serbed, as the case may be for Cerberus. What's up? Zamasu and Toxin and Vizu. Hello. Love you guys just as well. Elevate also. And Sizzle. Welcome to the Twitch chat. My favorite soundboarder in all of Echo Arena. And Luz watching an ad for me. Oh, thank you. I think. Yeah, all the Twitch funds there, from subs and bits and ads and otherwise, they do go right back to the casting team, production team at the end of the season. So, appreciation, for sure. And yeah, so I think, let's see, the timeout is done now, just waiting for the in-game counter. So about 10 seconds and we will be off into the second round. And indeed, kind of a shocking turn of events there in the first round. A 20-0 Mercy favoring Cerberus. I really don't, I don't want to curse it and jinx it, but I really don't expect that to continue in the second round. That would seem highly unlikely given what we know historically of this Zen team and the players that are currently on this roster. So hopefully they use that timeout, that intermission, to their maximum, and they can come out with some fire here. They do indeed fire off with the first joust, capturing the disc. Jay Franzel will send that down below. Now there's a pass to the boot to Heck, and Heck getting stunned. Grabbed back by Franzel, it would seem. Franzel, though, being met with a few different pairs of hands as that's sent out clear. I do like the fact, though, the stacks coming in efficiently for Zen. to indeed recover that disc, send it deep on the floor. There's a dribble, and first goal! And what a way to do it! It took them a solid 11 minutes, essentially, 10 and a half, but they got it from near half court. Jay Franzel cannot be denied. That is how you start off a round, and that is how you get your first goal of a game, for that matter. So here we go. Milky Boy. Oh my. Anyway, to the sidewall. Let's see if this gets the gas back in the tank. The fire lit underneath of Zen, scoring that first goal the way that they did, especially after a mercy. Because indeed, anytime, especially at the highest levels where you're used to playing at these high standards, it also becomes kind of a matter of pride, right? When you have those bad losses, I mean, they can sting a little extra. Because this personnel, it's not a case where these teams are busy climbing up the ladder anymore. I mean, they're already at the top, or very near the top of that ladder. So they know this crew, and they know their crew. They know how to score. They know how to be playing at the high level. So 20-0, like I said, it shouldn't be the expectation once, and especially not twice in a row. And Zen are able to show exactly why, with the first 2 goals now holding Cerberus to 0 points after 2 minutes. Here we go. So Visu with a send-off, but it's taken back by Zen. Down the floor again, and that is very near the goal. That'll be a rebound thanks to the stack, and Heck. Right in line with the pass. No! A shot! Yes, after a save. Orthra tried to get the defense done, but Jay Franzel, I'll just put them in the deep fryer. So a beautiful first grab there, that save, but a tough job being a goalkeeper these days, because you only have oftentimes a quarter of a second, if not less, to get rid of that disc, and if you don't, so oftentimes the aggressive offenders will just come right back at you with a grab and a slam dunk, or just otherwise a short range goal, as we saw there. So that is 7-0. We are already kind of on pace here as we get another one. Lowell's getting assisted quite nicely on a cut. Franzel, the pass. We are now on pace for a mercy the opposite direction. What's happening here? Really unusual turn of events in this match. But funnily enough, it wouldn't even be the first time we've seen that happen this season. I can't remember the teams, but I remember in the Master Tier qualifiers, I'm pretty sure it was the qualifiers, there was a match just like that, where it was a mercy for one team in round 1, and then mercy the opposite way in round 2. So, oddly enough, it would not be the first time in the last month or so. As a shot goes, and well, denies at least a chance at a 20-0 mercy. That is a very pertinent shot coming in from Orthra to get them going once again. Took them 4 minutes to score, but an open goal it was. 3 points for Cerberus. Jazz asking if it's ever actually mercy and then an inverse mercies happen in any in-season game. Probably. I mean, there have been literally thousands and thousands of games, so I can only imagine. It's had to happen sometime. It's just, as far as recency goes, I can remember the one from qualifiers, but I'm sure it's happened before, whether on stream or not. But so many teams and so many matches each week that it almost seems statistically unlikely that it hasn't at some point. But nonetheless, Orthra here. And I think if it is going to happen at all, I think it would happen basically at the Master or Diamond level. Probably harder for that to occur on the ladder, I almost feel like. But just because of the humongous firepower that these teams have at the top divisions, Diamond and Master, and how snowbally it can get, in a sense, I feel like it's almost more likely to happen at this division if it does at all. But either or. Continuing on. So it's going to be Blows with the disc here, trying to chain together and maybe dribble with Heck. They do manage to somehow maneuver their way around that defense, and they get down the floor in a hurry. Nicely done. Lowe's gets the pass to Heck, and Heck gets the goal. Wow, that execution was flawless. And it needed to be, because the defense was encroaching fast. And Jazz suggesting maybe in the Twitch chat there that You know, for all the slow play, Cerberus was unable to actually get a goal out of there, and instead ate a goal on the other end. And yeah, that is kind of the ebbs and flows of Echo sometimes. I mean, slowdown can be very good, especially for a team trying to look to gain some momentum. But indeed, double-edged sword is if you turn it over, it's going to cost you. Going to cost you time, going to cost you points. Although they do get the 2 points there for Vizu, so they're still perfectly within reach. Only a 6 points difference. And Cerberus now maybe back into a rhythm based off of that execution. We shall see. But it was a nice quick goal, kind of counter to what we saw on the play before. Now, a deep fling by Lowe's. That's going to miss, but a rebound looks like it will be had by Franzel. Franzel now trying to shield, but unsuccessfully as Fields and Vizu cause a turnover. So, really for Zen, they got to watch out here because we are looking at potentially a couple goals in quick order for Cerberus as the pass is executed beautifully right back to Strandy, but not getting the goal. Defense reading it and sending it down the opposite end. So Zen with possession. Backboard covered, but not enough. Now the pass was covered, but unfortunately, they left the goal exposed. And that was great recognition by Lulz to see that and just basically adjust at the last second to say, all right, well, Isolate just got stunned, so my pass isn't available, but oh, look at that. I got the pyramid shot to get myself the 2 points. Nice and soft with the touch. Duck move from Orthra on this launch. Down 13-5. They are still within reach. There's still 3 minutes left, so they're only a goal or two away from being back in the comfort zone as they just lose the handles. Oh no! Fields recovers though, and Lulz steals. So as the disc seeps back into the trap, be captured and passed on back for Cerberus. Vizu has it saved by Heck with a good vision. And the good decision-making down to the floor as Franzel now clears it out. Sachs now gathering aplenty. Nabbing the disc first was Fields to Vizu at the tunnel. Vizu crisscrossing it towards that wall, hoping to hit a teammate, and they do. They'll have maybe a cross pass, but no, it's going to be set off into the distance as a lot of aggression here coming in from Zen now. 2 minutes remaining. And this is kind of the juncture where if you're Cerberus, you start recognizing, okay, now we definitely do need to start worrying about the clock. And worrying about our possessions here. They really don't have much time to spare, so they need to execute flawlessly just about in these last minute and 48 seconds. Unfortunately for them, there's just a lot of turnovers going back and forth, and although they do get the disc, that is some clock wasted. They need a goal here, and they're gonna go, oh, just get it! Isolate had the hands. But Chicago says no. So good attempted save there from Isolate. Cerberus, though, getting the points. Minute 25 left in round 2. Now Fields with a grab. Oh, what a shot! They are feeling it. That was lit. 13-10, 1 minute. What a shot, what a shot. I think it happened so fast I couldn't even capture the replay. But what a relay. Now see if they can get this to go again. Down that floor, Heck. Trying to just keep control of these narrow 3 points of advantage. If they can get a goal here, that would be some nice ice indeed. 42 seconds remaining. And really trying to force the time as they go back down. Outside the bubble. At this point, Cerberus need to play aggressive. They do. My goodness, could it be a recovery? They need a 3 now, as it's going to float down to Jake and Orthra. They need that 3-pointer to go. They anchor, couldn't get the goal. Oh, it was a great attempt. Jake there trying to rebound, recover, and that sent down the blue zone. So time just about expent. As Jay Franzel gets stunned. And that's going to be Orthra deep down that bottom line, bouncing waywards into the possession of Zen. And that will be a 3rd round indeed, guaranteed. Some nervous energy there, without a doubt, though. A close one. Oh, very well done, nonetheless, for Zen. Not easy to mentally rebound sometimes after your after you get mercied in the opening round. So their ability to come back and start off really strong and then finish on strong enough was so crucial. That mental game, so crucial to Echo Arena and being successful at the higher levels. Any level, really, but especially the higher you go up that ladder. So, excellent stuff thus far. Apologies for the silence. Gotta take a quick hydration, but fun game, fun match. Anytime you get those round threes, it's a little bit better, like a little extra hype for sure on the Twitch end of things and on the spectator end of things. So, Zen again coming in here with the rank 12, that is, to Cerberus' 15. As I mentioned earlier on, neither team really eating too many losses. In fact, for Cerberus, if they lose here, this would be their first loss on the season. For Zen, they are currently 5-1, so almost perfect, just the same. Round 3, gonna be interesting, because these are definitely two teams that we can expect to see encroaching on that Master Division and Challenger Cups in the very near future. As, whoa, a whole lot of shot going out there, but just a missed opportunity from that low angle. Now, of course, in Zen's case, full of players who have been there in recent season history at that highest level and in those cups and the master tiers. So, you know, they can definitely find themselves back in there before too long. But meanwhile, this Cerberus team, full of players who are looking to get there for the first time, I do believe, for most, if not all of them, as a shot goes right off that backboard. That's 2 threes that have been hurried and missed off this initial joust. But nonetheless, Zen, the pass, oh no, the Chicago and heck, just shrugging. Saying, you know, we get how that feels. It happened to us last round, late game, opening up things up here with the first 2 points. Today you, tomorrow me, basically, when it comes to the Chicagos. Kind of curious, because I do believe it's within the rules, right? If both teams agree to have self-goals off, goalie ping on, I think you can do that. I haven't paid attention to teams, like, if they've been doing that, but I feel like they should. Feels a lot better, to be honest. But, you know, to each their own. As Jay Franzel gets the disc here, loses it for a moment, but actually loses it to Lulz. Lulz gets it cleared through the midline, and the Sacks now finding their way back. In round 1, Cerberus was doing excellent with that speed, and along with the defense inside the mid lane and the bubble. In round 2, Zen was able to stack a lot quicker and get into their frontline offense a lot better with plays like that. I mean, how about it? And let me tell you, on that play in particular, that was beautiful. I almost feel like the pass might have been tougher than the shot would have been in that case. The angle was kind of narrow. Look at this. To the backboard, and you know, not a lot of room for error because you had the goalie's arms there able to potentially save it. You had the goalpost as well. Whereas a walk-in might have even been easier in that case. But, you know, the good decision-making, the precision on the passing, got them exactly what they needed. And that is exactly what Zen has shown in seasons past. As now flying into the goal, right past a few defenders. That was a 1-on-3 from Fields, essentially. Heck and Lulz communicating with each other there, saying, oh, I thought you were diving in. I thought you were diving him. Oh, we're both diving him. Either way, you can see that cluster right up. The shot fake, and look at that. Thing of beauty. So in any case, here we go. Heck down to Jay Franzel for Zen, looking to get back here on the board again, take a little stronger lead if they can. They came out with some good fire in the second round. At the moment, though, both teams kind of at this almost chess-like pace, it would seem like. You can see these resets here, these passes going side to side, Chris to cross. But the disc lost. Jake diving out of the floor, out of the goal that is, and down the floor. Jay Franzel able to pick it apart, though, with the recovery. Sending it to Lulz. Lulz, full confidence, and Zen dominance. 5-point lead. And a big shot from Lulz, again, returning into the roster as of very recently. After missing the first few weeks, at least. Over in Europe. So Might have taken a round or two to get it underway and kind of get the rhythm underway, that is, but Lowe's feeling it there. Good to see him back, for sure. So Cerberus, nice passing through the midline. We're seeing some hyper-aggressive defense coming in from those stacks. Now they do get split up, and it's going to be Fields. Oh, that is a deja vu play almost we see from Cerberus. Now Fields on both of these goals have basically been a shot woven past a couple of defenders and then one in the goal. You can see those stacks, or those two players there kind of splitting up and trying to converge on Fields, but meanwhile, just a really nice concentrated shot into the goal. Not bothered by the defense, seemingly. So Jakey with the stun. Jakey sending it off, and the pass, a shot. Oh, that is just off barely, and I mean barely, off of the goalpost and the backboard. Heck, the pass too strong. Lulz couldn't quite reach that one below the feet. But Franzel will get stunned right from, who was that? Orthra. Otherwise, might have been an open three-point goal, so very good stun coming in from Orthra. Likewise, the stacks, there's the stuns. Lulz getting stunned and slung into the midfield. Man, just talk about thin margins for error. We're seeing a lot of that here, where those defenders are getting back just in time. Like, if they're even a tenth of a second later, you're probably seeing a goal scored on each of those last few plays. There it is again. You see what I mean? That just such aggressive defense here from both teams, and they've been doing a great job across the rounds to do so. You know, staying aggro while also not losing their stacks completely. So we see it again here as Heck causes that turnover, gets a steal, and tries to underarm it there. But again, a couple of these passes we are seeing from Zen just slightly too strong. Only slightly, but it's just enough to cause their receivers to miss it. But either or, Lulz, who had made that three-point shot earlier, tries to link up with Isolate here and chain down the floor. They do miss their grab, and that allows the rebound recovery from Orthra, who does get an unfortunate bounce. Oh no, it's a 9-4 lead. So a miscue results in the 2 from Isolate. Just a mistake on both ends, really. First, the rush clear and the missed regrabs from Zen. That allowed Cerberus to recover, but then Cerberus rushed that clear a little bit, and unfortunately they were the ones who were punished, despite the fact that both teams kind of had a miscue as a 3. Oh, it's not a miss 3! Heck! Puts them right back in heavy control, 12-4. Zen has become just awakened, it seemed like. All they needed was that mercy to go against them in round 1, and ever since then, they've just been on a new kind of level, on a scoring tear in a sense. Especially in round 3. I mean, they are just totaling up points by the dozen, it feels like, as now busting open the goal. It's Orthra with a great pass, assisted there by Vizu. And that is great news for them, because I think one more scoreless possession occurred for Cerberus, that probably would have been the game. Like if Zen went and scored again there. But thanks to that goal and thanks off that beautiful assist, they are within 6 points. There's still 2 minutes and 43 left. And look at this. Things can change on a dime here in Echo Arena. And if they can find a goal quickly, no, they can't. All the more better for a comeback effort. Unfortunately, the opportunity has been lost for a second, but Vizu stunning everyone. And now Vizu passing it off to Orthra softly and resets it back to Jake. Jake from the top of the cloud will maneuver in. Needs that find a passing angle and does to Vizu. Vizu will back it. Now they have a boot pass there, potentially. They find Jake on the cut, the shield, and it yields the points. What a move from Jakey. And that was some very careful passing from Cerberus. There are at least 3 different times where I was thinking, oh no, that pass, it's too soft and too slow. But they just managed to squeeze it in. They could have really used that 3, I will say, earlier on, just to put them within the 3-point margin, because now they're still in a tough position where they have to score a couple goals minimum to catch up, and they got to defend, and unfortunately they cannot in that instance. Jay Franzel putting them in a deeper hole, 14-8. That time is not friendly. It's not impossible, but I mean, they're basically going to need 2 threes, I feel like. It'd almost be way too risky at this point to chance at 2 unless they're able to get one in like a few seconds off this joust. But otherwise, they need some fast-acting action. Sounds a bit redundant, doesn't it? But we're approaching that last minute now, and Jay Franzel looking to maybe put this away with a passing play, but Fields getting in the way of their good feelings, dealing it into the midfield. Or the midfields, I suppose. All right, huge possession here. They need their stacks, and they need it fast, as it will be the recovery. And that itself might be what does it for them. They just could not get that disc, which would have been an open 3 otherwise. So well done for Zen getting back, as well as stopping those stacks, delaying them ever the more. Orthro here, knowing the situation is dire, trying to acquire that 3-point. They fire, and they go off! Bombs away! It's a 3-point play. It's a 3-point game with 30 seconds left. My goodness, those anchor shots from the shoulder, they are tough. Now, as I do look at the time here, and I do look at the chat, I'm questioning whether we're going to see the self-goal. Could be, and it's off! Hold on! A miscue here coming in from Cerberus. This gives him an open window. Will they be closed? Oh my goodness gracious! It's gonna be overtime! What a throwaway, and what a rebound! Oh man, Torque calling out the self-goal on the way, and yet it was scuffed. Who could anticipate such a thing? This, depending on the results of this match, this could be really interesting. Really interesting indeed. My goodness, now these teams need to calm it down and find their zen and find a win. There's Zen on the rebound, off the neutral joust, but recovering is Jakey. Jakey down that floor in a hurry and quickly down the lane. Now that goal is open. Get the disc. Could it be? And undefeated will be Jakey Cerberus. And they put Zen into the coffin off of a devastating late game turnaround. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And heartbreaking for sure. Wow. This is why you could never take anything as a guarantee. Because, yeah, it looked like they were about to go for that self-goal strat. And Just that miscommunication there. They lost the disc, and you got to give full credit to Cerberus because they played right to that buzzer. It would be easy to leave a stack back or just kind of think after you see the QB grab the disc and turn around, and to see that as defense, you could be like, okay, well, that's a self goal, I guess. That's it. But that's not what happened. They played right up on it. They rushed after that mistake happened, and they capitalized on an unbelievable series of plays, both at the end of the game and then overtime. That's one of the more unexpected and shocking endings you'll probably see this entire season, I think, in any match here, especially at this highest of levels. Incredible turn of events. Now, Zen, they will go on a record of now 5-2, I believe. Yeah, 5-2 is their record. And wow, for Cerberus, I mean, they were just about dead in the water. They're going to be 6-0. They're undefeated still. That's incredible. Shocking indeed. HM in the chat, flabbergasted. Milky asking about the self-goal strat. Well, see, when you're down by 3, or you're up by 3 points, and you have QB, offensive possession, if you score the 2, in that case, like if they had scored the 2, there would have been no time left on the clock. So they would have been, basically, they would have won by 1 because the clock would have expired, and then there's no chance to give the other team a 3. But yeah, just a little bit of loss of focus or concentration there is all it took, unfortunately. And it's going to happen. Like, I think everyone who's been playing Echo for any amount of months or years, high pressure situations, it's easy to kind of get in your own head a little bit or just take your eye off the prize even slightly. And in those late game situations, I don't envy players for being in there, Never mind whether the plays work out in the clutch or not, but it's like what you live for. It's what gives you all like the vitality in the world when it works. But then in those heartbreaking losses, it's also what just crushes you. So that's sports. That's Echo. Incredible though. Because I haven't been in that Actually, no, I can't. So, yeah, no, I've even literally been in that situation almost. I remember because my team in ESL was a team who, like, at the very first LAN, we were the first ones to use the self-goal strategy in a sense, and we almost scuffed it. I almost scuffed it. We didn't, but we almost did. So it happens. You get a replay of what happened. I can't really pull a manual one for you. I mean, I'm sure it'll cycle through. But sorry, I don't really have the ability to one by one pull up a replay. Not easily, anyways. For that matter, maybe it might not have been captured too. I'm not sure. I think if a goal happens like within a couple seconds of launch, sometimes the automatic replay capture doesn't seem to work, I've noticed. If it's like a super quick goal. So maybe it's not there. I'm not sure, but you can definitely go watch the VOD. I don't even have to end the stream for you to go check out the VOD. Someone definitely clipped that though, and check it out because yeah, that was crazy. Anyway, that was the game. Indeed, I won't stay here for too long because I know we got some other matches at some point soon. Let me check for you guys. Okay, so on channel 1 here at the top of the hour, so about 19 minutes away, we'll have a stream block courtesy of Wonder T-Man on the cams, and then Psychaotic and Blank 56. They'll be casting. They'll be starting with Echoholics versus Orange Team, followed by 30 minutes later, Mafia NA versus Tyro NA, and finishing off a half hour after that with Dysfunctional Misfits and Slothosaurs. So that'll be your block over there. Meanwhile, over on VRML 2, I'm going to be manning that channel starting in 18 minutes from now. I'll have for you, let me see. Potentially Rewind versus Roman Empire. I was getting word, though, that might have been delayed and or canceled, so I'm not sure on that. But at 6:30 Pacific or 9:30 Eastern Time, I definitely will have Honey Badgers versus Entropic Force Young Adults on Channel 2. And I may also pick up another one or two after that, to be determined. So you do have your options to watch for sure. I'll give you guys your points, by the way. Sorry, you guys are probably starving for them. But yeah, otherwise we'll end the stream and then we'll get started with our evening blocks on Channel 1 and Channel 2 in the next half hour or less, actually. All right, there you go. So, until then, I've been Palidore. Thanks, guys, for joining me. If you want to see more of me again, I'll be on Channel 2. But otherwise, stick around here for sure for some awesome matches on Channel 1 with Wonder, Psycha, and Blank. Until next time, be happy, healthy, safe, be good to each other, and I'll see you again real soon. VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.